Intuit Dome. I'm at a Mosland. Hope you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can, if you're in the chat.
Why do you say that? I listen to her all the time.
It is the return of Paul George tonight. First game against the Clippers since he went to Philly to take on the 76ers, to take up for them, take on the Clippers as a member of the 76ers. Tip-off is 84 minutes away. Pre-game show starting at 6. We'll have it here and on AM 570 LA Sports. I think I got the tweet out at Follow Adam A. Yes, I did. Let me know if you can hear me, as I'm going to flip the laptop around whenever Paul George comes out for shoot-arounds here. Haven't seen him yet. Clippers got out a little bit late, too. Derek Jones Jr. right now, putting them up. Been a bit of a funk, so maybe that's why he's getting some extra shots up here early. Still 83 minutes before tip-off. Derek Jones Jr. likely to be guarding Paul George tonight here at Intuit Dome. Looking forward to that matchup. Saw it in the playoffs. Saw what happened. Airplane mode kept PG from getting off the ground in that series, you could say. Paul George was just at 19 points per game. More importantly, he only attempted 16 shots per game. That's where I was truly disappointed. Just want to make sure we're up and we're good and we're live. Sometimes I got to go to my phone to make sure we're okay. View the channel. Yeah, we're good. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Chat, get at me. Would appreciate it. Excited for this one. Clippers taking on Philadelphia, and Paul George for the first time wearing a different shade of red, white, and blue. Similar colors, not quite the same. Not exactly. Gonna be awkward tonight. Gonna be some good moments though too. Tribute video for PG-13. I may have caught a glimpse of it. I may have got a preview of it. It's spectacular. It's classy. It's exactly the video he deserves. And I think I'll be standing and cheering during the video. Clapping at least. Once the game starts, I know it's going to be different. He's going to get booed every time he touches the basketball. Coach Lou said, what's the mandate? What's the protocol for a situation like this? And he basically said, boo him during the game, love him after the game, because the Clippers need a victory tonight. Link26 said, here we go. Joe Villa said, yeah. Guess you can hear me. Joe Rosenfeld said, loud and clear. Give us a nice boo for PG. Don't think I'll be doing that. I was talking with someone that knew him earlier. I guess one of his security guards. Somebody said it could have been his uncle, but then Law Murray told me it wasn't. It was just a member of his security team. And I was like, you know, Paul George was a good Clipper. It's just unfortunate that it was bookended by a bad playoff performance in 2020 in the bubble to start, and then a bad playoff performance this year in 2024 against Dallas to end his time as a Clipper. Hard to forget that stuff. But still, very deserving of all the jerseys I think you're going to see out tonight at Intuit Dome. People still love PG-13, and I know it's going to be mixed feelings. And the tribute video, I don't know. I think some people, they're going to be moved by it a little bit. Might get you nostalgic. Amina Sean said, hope we get the win. Yep. Joe Rosenfeld said, no, Adam, AM 570 wants the boo. Max Vegas said, how you feeling, Adam? Let's go. Let's go. Still waiting for Paul George to make his appearance. He has not got a warm-up in yet. Right now, if you want to see Eric Gordon, so turn the laptop around. He's putting up free throws at the charity stripe. There's Jeff Van Gundy walking in. Mike Noto messing with the wires. I didn't do anything wrong. I don't get one of these computers. I can't look at stats. No? What? The hell? I do need those stats. I always use one of those. Why can't I get one? 76ers radio gets preference. Okay, I know I get it. I'm such a diva. Well, he went 4 for 14 his first game back against Phoenix. Missed the game tying shot, which he thought was going to be the game winner. He didn't realize they were down by 2 instead of down by 1. Took a long jumper. Decent look. Got it over Grayson Allen. Rimmed in and out. We'll see tonight. I think it's going to be another close contest. Who would have guessed it? That's what the Clippers do. Their defense keeps them in games. Their offense keeps the other team in games, basically. Jeffrey Beltran said traffic sucks. I'm sorry. Get here safe and sound. Intuit Dome is going to be rocking. Tip time before your pregame show starts, just about 13 minutes from now. Tip off, though, in the ball game, 78 minutes from now. Maybe, certainly the most anticipated game of the season to this point, but it's just game 8. Definitely one of the games circled on everyone's calendars in Clippers Nation. That's for sure. This is a big deal. I'm glad PG-13 is back for this one because originally that injury looked scary. The hyperextension of the left leg, we've seen it before with him. Just took a wrong step, and he's lucky he's flexible enough that it turned into just a bone bruise. Thank goodness. That was a little bit of a situation. Of course, Philly fans feeling like they're getting off on the wrong foot this season. Sixers are 1-5, guys. Dan, Pharrell, Boy. I can't say all that. Dan said silent should be better during the tribute. Silence? Not cheering? You saying show some indifference? Like you don't even care? People care. He's going to get booed because people care. I know Dime Dropper's going to be booing hard at the wall tonight. He'll be here. But I'm just chilling at Broadcasters Row, right? And I will be giving him a clap during the tribute. He deserves that. Good Clipper. I think a top 5 Clipper all time. No boo. No cheers. I think that's what he's trying to say. Amin says that injury looked similar to the one PG had against OKC. Yeah, hyperextension. Leg bent backwards. It looked worse than apparently it was because, 2.5 weeks later he's back? 3 weeks later? Just waiting for him to walk out now on the court. I'll flip the camera around for you guys when it happens. I want you guys to see it too. Let's see what the reception is pregame. Then for the tribute video, it sounds like that will be before the game starts. Not after the first time out. So, yeah. All right. Katie wants some levels. Welcome into Intuit Dome. Paul George has returned to LA. This ain't crypto. And we're good. I can get up to that level 10 pretty quick, apparently. Gotta get that level check in, guys. Spinal Tap 11. Joe Rosenfeld said, non-Drummond minutes are going to present massive opportunities to pull ahead. Sure. Wonder if they go small with Batum a lot. Let's see. Derek Jones Jr. clamping PG again, Clipper Nation. This is our first 10-plus point win, says Joe Rosenfeld. Wow. Ardarius said, let's go Clippers. People confident tonight. I get it. You want to show PG what he's missing. Went to a situation where Joel Embiid has been out, but should be back after the 3-game suspension for pushing the reporter. DS says Zubats masterclass, please. I could see it. He and Big Thirst will be a good battle, though. Feels like Zubats is a little bit due. I am excited for this one. We've been waiting. More importantly, though, than the pomp and circumstance with Paul George, Clippers need a victory. Get back to 500. That's the key right here, guys. Because they got Sacramento in Sacktown on Friday, and then Toronto here on Saturday. So back to back where they stay in California, 1 game on the road, 1 game here. As I keep an eye out for PG-13. The return. Now wearing an 8. I forget, guys, what's the significance of the number 8 and why he's wearing that? Is that for Kobe? Anybody got that? Give it to me in the chat. Why he ended up going with 8. We're just about 8 minutes away from tip-off. 3-4 Clippers taking on the 1-5 Philadelphia 76ers. Tyrese Maxey is also a problem. As much as we're talking about Paul George, Tyrese Maxey could completely steal the show. He's getting 30 points per game. He's putting up 25 shots to get there, but he has been a problem for the Clippers and a thorn in their side in the past. I expect Terrence Mann to be on him as his primary defender to start. But those quick guards, we know they have given the Clippers trouble in the past. And yeah, Derek Jones Jr. should be on PG-13. Jeffrey Beltran said, yeah, for Kobe. Gotcha. Amin said the same thing. Double sourced it. Thank you, guys. Adrian said, hi, how was your day? I feel like Adrian always asks me that. It's good. I went on the Pull-Up podcast with BJ Matthews earlier today for like an hour and a half. Talked about the Paul George thing. Went for a 5-mile run. Went to the station. Speaking of, Katie, did you see the sound I put in there? She didn't listen to me. Mean said, I feel like Dunn should be on Maxey and Derek Jones Jr. on PG. Dunn doesn't start, so how's he going to be doing that? Terrence Mann's in the starting lineup, not Dunn. M7MD Boys said, if we stop Maxey, we'll easily take over. Probably. Daryl Rosenfeld said, PG-8 in honor of Aaron McKee. I liked Aaron McKee. Good player. Maddox said, when will Kawhi return, by the way? You know, I've been holding this back just to give out this information right now on this show pregame because I'm the one who has it, not an actual reporter. I don't know, Maddox. Amin said, or man on Maxey works too. Yeah, I mean, man starting. Link26 said Clipper Nation will be clapping and cheering for PG every time he misses and loses his dribble. Harsh. Hey. However you feel, express yourself tonight. Make your voice be heard. Just nothing vulgar. Nothing below the class of Clipper Nation. But the boos, the cheers, Scottie Pippen chant, whatever. All that stuff's permissible. Gotta look over my rundown here. Did you get my sound? Yeah, I'm talking to you. I put sound in the folder. Okay. You saw it. You mean the sound that I put in today's folder? That's what we're talking about? Okay. For what? Oh. Been a while. No. What? He's talking to Coach Lou or something. He shows up when he feels like it, you know? Still no PG-13, guys. Bye, guys. I'll be here. I just can't talk for the next 2 minutes. Katie, put me on mute. Put me on red. All right. Got it. Keys for tonight's game. Stick around to find out. I will send you the rundown. I'm going to show my friend Daniel. Next year. I'm just happy it's him. It kind of worked out. Maddox says if Kawhi is back healthy, we could beat anybody. That includes Boston. Bold. They could. Oh, you guys want to see who's on the court right now? I feel like Paul George should be coming out at any moment. There he is! Guys, you see him? Paul George dribbling, baseline, back and forth. Far side short corner. He's back. Show started.
Overcame a 26-point deficit on Monday for their first victory at Intuit Dome. Former teammates that premier guards in the league. By the way, that's 5 on the road starting on Friday.
Welcome into Clippers Countdown from Intuit Dome, where tonight your 3-4 LA Clippers host the 1-5 Philadelphia 76ers, and for the third time in the last week, welcome in an old friend, starting with SGA, then CP3, and tonight PG. Paul George, for the first time wearing a different shade of red, white, and blue, will be facing the Clippers after switching sides of the country and moving to a city of brotherly love. So will the Clippers fans show him any tonight is the question. After all, he did help them reach the Western Conference Finals for the first time back in 2021 and represented for the Clippers proudly. But will too many B-level performances from PG when they needed an A from a player that called them the B franchise in town make the wounds still far too fresh for a warm reception tonight back in Los Angeles? We shall see. But I do know this. Regardless of how things start, I know Clipper Nation believes the most important thing is that tonight ends with a victory after getting their most dramatic win of the season Monday night right here at the Dome. The Clippers were down 26 points in the first quarter, only to put themselves back in that familiar place with their backs against the wall. And in typical Clippers fashion, they came out swinging with the type of fight we've seen over the years that has cemented their nickname as the Comeback Clips, as they would get their first victory here at Intuit Dome in the most Clippers way possible, overcoming the odds and coming back with a huge 113-104 win over San Antonio Monday night, where they were down by as many as 26. Here was Coach Lou postgame on what it felt like getting their first win in that fashion at Intuit Dome. Now can the Clippers build off that? Well, tonight they're taking on the Philadelphia 76ers here at Intuit Dome with Paul George taking on your Clippers for the first time in an opposing team's uniform since he left this summer. I'm watching PG-13 warm up right now. You can be watching too at Clippers Talk on the YouTube side here at Intuit Dome. This is Clippers Countdown, and coming up on the show, well, we will have our friend Justin Russo at Fly By Night is where you find him, independent reporter. Also, Coach Lou will be here, but up next, it's your radio voice up the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. You're listening to Clippers Countdown right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
So the pregame show is going to go until after Kendall is the 7th. I mean,
I'm going to ask.
yeah.
You guys watching PG-13? Right wing, 3-point line. Rips it, gets it to go. Behind the back dribble, free throw line. Carlo decided to show up.
I ran up here.
I was texting the guy, like, you can tell he's out of breath.
Wait,
You did something better to do.
we're not on. I thought you needed me. Like we're going live.
We're going right now.
Where's Big Bro?
I don't know. Well, we got a segment to do. Bro,
Oh my bad. I thought.
what do you think? This is a 7:30 tip?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
Sorry. Yeah, because I did B Shaw.
It don't even count.
What? What? Sir. Oh my goodness. They promised sushi in the media room and it didn't show up.
We're live. Stop complaining.
was actually just a statement. If you look at the sentence structure of what I said,
He ain't missing many shots, guys. He likes shooting at the wall, apparently.
pregame P.
Pre-game P is up. Oh, in and out, like the shot against Phoenix. Clippers taking on Paul George and the Philadelphia 76ers here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off is just 59 minutes away. Welcome back. I'm Adam Mosland. I've been here. Can't say the same for some of my colleagues right now. Coming up on the show, you're going to hear from assistant coach Brian Shaw, but joining me now is your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. Carlo, thanks for being here, my friend.
Adam, thanks for having me. First of all, I mean,
Yeah.
I know you program the show. You could totally just not have me on. So
Well, we're getting there.
we're matching today. You can't.
We're
Look
not
at us.
matching. Mine's checkered, all right?
We're pretty much matching.
We didn't
We're
talk
pretty
earlier
close.
today. Yeah, we do have the black tie.
We're pretty close. Black tie, black pants,
Twinsies, splitsies.
twinsies.
All right,
It's my bro for life.
let's talk about the Hezzy tweens with Paul George out there right now, who's putting them up from three. He's back in the building. This place is going to have a different energy to it in just game 8 of the season. Paul George is back. We're excited about it. We'll get into more of it later in the show, but just your initial thoughts, of course, his first game back going up against the Clippers here.
Yeah, I mean, definitely adds a different wrinkle to a November game. I know the in-season tournament's trying to add some drama to November basketball. We certainly have some of that here today with Paul George on the other side. A big superstar coming back to take on the Clippers here in Los Angeles in this brand new building that, let's be honest, he probably had a lot of thoughts of playing in this building in a Clipper uniform, and the amount of tours, the signing of the beam, the different Clipper events during the groundbreaking. Paul George was there for all of those events, and now he comes into this building's opening as a foe. I'm sure the Clippers fans, when they play the tribute video, will clap and cheer. I'm interested to see where it goes from there with Paul George.
I think the wall might have something for him. We'll get into more of Paul George in a little bit here on Clippers Countdown, but I want to go back to what happened with the 26-point turnaround, and it was even bigger than that. It ended up being a 35-point turnaround. By the end of it, the Clippers would win Monday night 113-104. Their first victory here at Intuit Dome came in dramatic Clippers fashion. In fact, Big Zeus said that is the Clippers way post-game. It's not going to be easy. We're going to have to fight for it. But I love seeing that part come out of this new squad because it is a different year, a different iteration, different lineups and players out there. But it's that same mentality, just a never say die, stay in the fight battle from the Clippers Monday.
Yeah, they go down 40-14 at the end of that first quarter and come out with this incredible energy. Thanks to that group, Adam, that you've talked about throughout these first couple of games with Ivica Zubac and Chris Dunn and Nico Batum and Kevin Porter Jr. and Amir Coffey. Those 5 guys have been excellent for this Clipper team. They were excellent in the last game. And I think what starts with the defensive side of the basketball, that's where the Clippers really get their juice. Offense is something that doesn't come as easy for this team as defense, and when their defense is playing at an elite level like they were against San Antonio, the Spurs had 1 field goal through the first 6+ minutes of that ball game in the second quarter, and the Clippers were able to climb all the way back in the game, make it an 8-point contest at the break, and then come away with the victory. You mentioned a 35-point swing. Amir Coffey was plus 34 on the night.
Amir Coffey, 5 of 6 from distance, absolutely was heating up in that second half. And this is something that he is adept at. He shot 38% from 3 last season. Now 5 of 6, not every night, but he can get hot, and they need contributors out there, role players who step up. Coach Lou has been talking about this all season so far, but it can be anyone's night if we play basketball the right way. It certainly was for Amir Coffey.
Yeah, it really was on the offensive end for him. 19 in the second half. He was letting it fly from downtown. Adam, he's 4th in the NBA in three-point percentage through the first 7 games among qualified players. I think his aggressiveness on the offensive end is something the Clippers need. But when Ty Lue's talking about a rotating group with that second unit, I think we've seen it. We've seen Kevin Porter Jr. play well and propel that second unit. We see Chris Dunn have great games. He had another great one with 11 Monday against San Antonio. Nico Batum, I'm sure that game, signature Nico game to save it, as you call him, St. Nick, for the Clipper team. So the Clippers are going to need somebody from those four guys to play extraordinarily well on the offensive end if they want to be successful. The good news is you got a 1 in 4 chance every single night.
I thought it was a really strong performance overall. If you don't look at the numbers and watch the film, Ivica Zubac was in a war with Victor Wembanyama. He caught Zoo slipping with a big throwdown over the top. Zoo got him multiple times, and then down the stretch dunked on Victor Wembanyama. You know, he blocked a few of Ivica Zubac's shots, but my point is that's the blueprint for a bad Zubac's game where he's starting off 4 of 14 in the first half, and the Clippers continue to feed him, continue to give him opportunities, and continue to believe in a guy that they need all season long. You can't go away from him. Even if he's struggling early, give him the basketball and have that confidence in him that he's going to come through late.
Yeah, he's averaging 17 a game, third on this Clipper team. And you're right, Adam. If there's one consistent about the Clippers' 3 wins, it's that Ivica Zubac has shot at least 17 times in all 3 of their wins. He has to be aggressive on the offensive end. He's second in the NBA in rebounds per game. And when he gets going, it opens up the offense. It balances things out when they're attacking the rim, and it makes life easier for everybody in a Clipper uniform. We'll see if he can continue to find that in presence on the offensive end. I know Andre Drummond is another big physical guy, but if Ivica Zubac continues to show, he'll throw it up from 10, from 12 feet with the right arm. He feels good with that touch. We'll see if he's able to take down Drummond, who calls himself the best rebounder in NBA history.
It's the Philadelphia 76ers with Paul George now here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off is just 53 minutes away. Carlo Jimenez is on the call. Coming up, Carlo's got his one-on-one interview with assistant head coach. That would be Brian Shaw. Just make it assistant coach. I don't know. Assistant associate head coach. Who cares about a title? It's not about that. He is important. He's integral.
Team game.
He is right there sitting next to Jeff Van Gundy as well as they're helping out Coach Lou. He'll have his interview, his one-on-one with Brian Shaw. B. Shaw coming up next right here on Clippers Countdown. You're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. What do you guys think of this? Exclusive Paul George footage pregame. Not bad, right? We're on it here on Clippers Talk. Big Bro just shows up when he wants to also. Like,
But I am a man of my word, and I'm accountable. Clipper Nation, I messed up. I thought it was a 730 tip on a Chevy. I know that. So I can forgive you for all your mistakes. You didn't know my voice.
all my mistakes. Wow. Wow. I didn't even get a water. I mean, nothing today. Just totally forgotten. Oh. Oh, is there? Did you get that from me? I'm not taking your water. I don't want to take your water. I don't want to take your water. Oh my God. It's not even cold, dude. I'm just playing dog. uh, Paul George saying what's up. Dapping up James Harden, former assistant coaches. It's all love. Back here at Intuit Dome. Clippers taking on Paul George and the Philadelphia 76ers here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off is just 50 minutes from now. Welcome back in. This is the official pregame show of your Los Angeles Clippers. I'm Adam Osland. This is Clippers Countdown. Still to come. We're going back in time. We'll take things back to 2021 and celebrate what I think is PG-13's best game as a Clipper. But first, let's head back over to your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. There was Carlo Jimenez pregame with assistant coach B. Shaw. Coming up, we're going back in time in Clippers Rewind as Paul George is in the house here at Intuit Dome, now wearing a Philadelphia 76ers jersey. We got tip-off just 46 minutes from now. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Could you guys even see Paul George from the footage that I'm trying to give you? Is it working? Is it not working? Am I a fool? Separate issue? Huh? Putting up a Where's Paldo video on the TikTok at Clippers Talk if you guys care. That's right, Mikey. Don't let the game come to PG. Bring it to him. Clippers here at Intuit Dome taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Tip-off is just 44 minutes away. I'm Adam Osland. This is Clippers Countdown. Check us out on AM 570 LA Sports or at Clippers Talk on the YouTube side. Still to come, we'll get your player to watch. But first, we're going back in time in Clippers Rewind here. This is a special one. We're going back over 3 years here to June 16th of 2021. Back when Levitating by Dua Lipa was climbing up the Billboard charts, and A Quiet Place 2 was out in theaters, and the Clippers were in a very loud arena in Salt Lake City, taking on the Utah Jazz after Kawhi Leonard went down with that ACL injury in Game 4, and all the pressure in the world was on Paul George to perform and put the team on his back, and he delivered.
Intuit Dome is equipped with multiple emergency exits located throughout the arena. These exits are clearly marked with illuminated exit signs. Take a moment to locate the nearest exit to your seat. Floor and club level fans will make their way up or down the aisles and through the portals on the main level. Terrace, halo loft, and suite level fans should take the nearest emergency stairway Escalators will not be in use. We ask all fans to exit Intuit Dome on the main level. Emergency exit stairwells are located in each of the 4 quadrants of the building. If you need mobility or wheelchair assistance, please notify the arena host near the stairwell. Remember to remain calm and exit with the rest of your section. Once outside, make your way to the designated emergency assembly point located outside the arena. Arena team members will be there to assist you and provide further instructions. Follow their directions promptly and stay together with your group. In case of a minor injury, we have trained medical team members stationed on the floor, main, and terrace levels, equipped to handle emergency medical needs. If you require medical attention, please notify the nearest arena team member. If you need to report an emergency, contact the nearest arena team member or simply use the app. Again, your safety is our
Paul George went 12 of 22 from the floor. He had 37 points and 16 boards. Got the Clippers the W in Utah in Game 5, putting them up 3-2 in that best-of-7 second-round series against the number 1 seed, the overall number 1 seed in the NBA. They would come back to LA a couple of days later to close out the series, coming back down 25. And with that, they got to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in franchise history. I don't know if he's had a better performance than what he did in that Game 5 for the Clippers with their backs against the wall after they learned Paul George would have to take over with Kawhi Leonard out with the ACL injury. Paul George back in the building tonight wearing a different shade of blue, red, white, and blue, now with the Philadelphia 76ers. Tip-off is just 40 minutes away here at Intuit Dome. I'm Adam Osland, and coming up next, we will get to your player to watch right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. I'm sorry, I can't zoom in. Some of the sound and stuff we play, you're not going to be able to hear. It's back in the studio and on the AM 570 feed, but you guys can't hear it here. But you hear most of it. What craziness is Sam saying? Sam Sanatorium. Oh, Sam's drawing it mild. Oh, here's PG now at midcourt. Saying hi. Good guy, I'm telling you. Nice guy. I know some people don't like the way he left, but a good dude. Always treated people from the media to the staff, the workers here with a high level of respect. Paul George, a good one. But tonight, Clippers got to get that win against him. That's just the way it goes. But it's good to see him. I think the tribute video will make some people emotional, maybe soften their stance a little bit. But I know when he gets the basketball, the boos will be raining down from the wall. That's just the way it goes. You only got so many timeouts before you get blocked. Sam realizes that. What if Paul George drops 40? Probably a better chance Tyrese Maxey does, but Reggie Jackson also in the house. Reggie Vision. Ace said PG can eat as respectfully. I don't think he meant to say as respectfully. I think he was missing something there. Paul George in the house tonight with the Philadelphia 76ers uniform on. Clippers and Sixers tipping off just 37 minutes from now here at Intuit Dome. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Osland. This is Clippers Countdown, the official pregame show of your LA Clippers. Still to come, we'll talk with Justin Rousseau. He'll join me here at Broadcasters Row. But first, Tonight, I'm going with James Harden, who has been struggling with his shot. Now, he has to do so much. It's understandable. Last game out, though, 6 of 10, 3 of 5 from distance. He didn't take a lot of them. Still had 17 points, and the Clippers came back down 26 here Monday night against the San Antonio Spurs. But overall in the season, just 38% from the floor, just 29% from three. Still getting 21 points, 10 assists, but to 5 turnovers. The usage rating is high. It's a bit of an issue for a guy who's 35 years of age. Just want to see if he can get it going from distance consistently here, as I expect that from James Harden as we move along. He's going to get his sea legs. He's definitely going to be more and more efficient as we get deeper into the season. James Harden, my player to watch here on Clippers Countdown. Clippers taking on the Philadelphia 76ers, and PG-13 is in the building. Tip-off just about 32 minutes away. I'm Adam Osland, and coming up next, we'll get you your injury report right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Rousseau's here. Look at the Rousseau. He thinks he's up next, but he's not. He thinks he's up next, but we still got to do something first. But thanks for getting here. You were on time. It's my fault.
You are on one today.
Wait, bro, I can't. What do you want from me?
A lot more.
Wow.
I said what I said.
You sound like me when I only
Nah.
get one water. I need a lot more.
That'll be your last water I ever get you, Adam. And let
Y'all hear
everybody
that?
there know on the. That's it. Yeah, hardy, har. No, a hard time.
I have absolutely gotten him a water before. I remember that
What?
day. It was a big day.
That's how you say you remember that day. I've done it so much I can't remember. Remember that one time I was nice to you, Jake? You can forget it.
Didn't we hang a banner after I got you a
Yeah.
water?
Yep. Right next to Pacific Division champs. Thanks for nothing,
Jeez.
This
you ain't
guy.
gotta hate like that.
man. I don't
Take
want
that,
what he
take
eats.
that.
He eats like dog food stuff, man. Like,
Dog food stuff?
like dog chews and
What?
jerky and protein.
It ain't
And
bacon strips.
homeless guy throw it back at me.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'm getting roasted by the peanut gallery here, guys.
Well,
This is
you
harsh.
brought it on yourself, Mr. The water's warm. Mr. Oh, I didn't get a water. I'll make sure that you're taking care of Adam.
It's just lukewarm. It's fine.
Okay, that's your last water. Lukewarm, ice cold. You get it yourself.
Oh.
That's it. I'm done.
Guys, we got a serious show to get to, okay? A lot going on here. Clippers taking on PG-13. Now we're in the number 8 for the late, great Kobe Bryant with the Philadelphia 76ers. Here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off just 33 minutes from now. I'm Adam Osland. Coming up, we got Justin Rousseau on at Fly By Night. KNITE is where you find him on X. But first, let's get your injury report brought to you by Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code KLAC to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. For the Clippers, still no Mo Bamba, still no Kawhi Leonard. As we found out earlier, Paul George will be playing in this one. Yes, he was listed as probable. He is ready to go against his former squad. Joel Embiid, though, serving that 3-game suspension after shoving a reporter. I think we all found it understandable considering what he wrote about his deceased brother. But he will be out in this one. But looking forward to seeing him back on the floor soon, JoJo, for the Philadelphia 76ers, who start off the season 1-5. Your Los Angeles Clippers 3-4. More on what to expect tonight with the return of Paul George to Southern California. He's here at Intuit Dome, taking on the Clippers for the first time in a Sixers uniform. Tip-off just 31 minutes away, and up next, Justin Rousseau will join me in our Media Roundtable segment right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Money ain't a thing. Water ain't a thing.
Yeah, you're right. It won't be a thing ever again.
Oh,
See how they treat me out there? To everybody that's following you, Adam,
guys, he's lying.
he's
Don't
a
worry.
fraud.
I'll have a show about this very late tonight when he can't.
Oh, I'll come. I'll be your guest and tell the truth. Clippers After Dark. Yep, and she took care of us.
Who did?
Katie did.
Well, how does that help me?
It doesn't help you at all, Adam. At all. Adam's gonna be thirsty as hell every game from now on.
Did I get a slice of pizza?
Nope. Thank God. Didn't earn it.
I mean,
I wish everybody heard how Katie
yeah, that's
said
right.
that.
Oh, I can't eat that. Oh, I can't
Did you
eat
get the
that.
lasagna pizza too? Wow.
Ooh. Ah.
Okay. Some people need taste bud transplants.
Some people need to be grateful they get water too,
Some people are grateful. It just gets misinterpreted.
especially when someone says, "Oh, it's warm." I'd never hear a thank you
Didn't you heard all the thank yous?
in your head. I can't go in your head, bro. I'm not a mind reader. I've had enough airtime for one day. I'm good.
I'm trying to
I'm
put up a
behind the
TikTok,
scenes.
Jake. Okay.
Shut up.
We are on air. On
He won't do
YouTube.
that. He won't do
On
that.
the YouTube side.
Shout out to the YouTube followers.
You just wanted to be on your side.
They are on my side because they were raised. I can do that.
Clippers fresh off a 26-point comeback Monday night here at Intuit Dome to get their first victory in their new building against the San Antonio Spurs tonight. Take on PG-13, now wearing number 8. Paul George is back in the building wearing an unfamiliar uniform. He's got on a Philadelphia 76ers uniform and has taken on your LA Clippers. Tip-off just 29 minutes away here on Clippers Countdown as we welcome in our friend Justin Russo at Fly By Night. KNITE is where you find him. Joining me here in our media roundtable segment. Justin, how we doing?
I'm doing, man. The traffic getting in was a little bit of a nightmare, but I'm here. That's what counts.
Worth it, right? You got to talk with Paul George. You got that one-on-one interview earlier, didn't you?
Well, I talked with Reggie. I said hello to Paul, but I talked to Reggie.
Okay. What was the conversation like with Reggie Action Jackson, now wearing a Philadelphia 76ers uniform as well?
It was mostly about the arena. Reggie thinks it's amazing. He finds it actually like incredible. He was talking about how there is a depth perception issue with the wall that he's trying to, because this is the first time here.
And that's even with the Reggie Vision goggles on.
Exactly. Yeah. So, it is nice to hear a former player come in and say it looks nice and give his honest opinion on it.
Yeah, I've wondered about that and how teams will adjust. It was funny earlier today, myself and Tomer Azarli, I don't know if you know him or not, but we were sitting in the players' chairs, which have seat warmers on them and coolers, I think, too. And we're giving them a spin, and the Philadelphia 76ers came out, and they initially went towards the Clippers basket nearest to their bench, which would mean in the second half, Philly would be going up against the wall like the Phoenix Suns have chosen to do. Nobody else has so far. And as soon as we said, yeah, this is the Clippers basket, they were like, oh, we're going to start on the other one then. We don't want to be going against the wall in the second half, basically, I think is where they were leaning. So it's interesting to see the strategy in this new building and how players get acclimated here. So Paul George back in. You said hello to him. What type of reception do you expect tonight? I think there's going to be plenty of cheers during the tribute video, but the first time he touches the basketball, when the starters are announced, I think it might be 70% boos and higher.
Yeah, I would imagine it gets pretty hostile at certain times. I would think for his tribute video, there will be some cheers. Obviously, he didn't leave on the terms that he wanted. Fans probably would have liked him to stay, but it is what it is. And Ty Lue said pregame that he hopes everyone boos him tonight, but then also it's all love afterwards. So we'll see. I mean, it wasn't probably the best of splits, I would say, in terms of him on his podcast and some of the things he said that could have rankled some of the Clipper fans. But we'll see what the reception is. I would imagine initially tribute video, cheers. Everything else, not so much.
So this Clippers team coming off a big victory on Monday here, their first in this building. What stood out to you most in the 26-point comeback?
Honestly, it was I would say an adjustment that the Clippers made offensively, where in the first quarter they seemingly were just going at Victor Wembanyama over and over in the paint. But the biggest adjustment came after that, especially in the fourth quarter or late third, early fourth quarter, when the Clippers really made the run to take the lead for good, is they ended up essentially pulling Victor Wembanyama away from the paint. They dared Wembanyama to I guess venture outside of the area that he was just patrolling pretty intently, because he had 9 blocks on the night. So obviously he was doing well on that end. But basically the Clippers just didn't want to challenge him at the rim and wanted him to defend in space, and they took advantage of that. Amir's open 3 on the left wing to give him a 96-93 lead in the fourth quarter primarily occurred because Wembanyama did not want to come out of the paint. So it's nice that the Clippers have started to understand the little pressure points that they can kind of attack against other teams. And that will take time with a new roster and new players and guys that you have to kind of get into the fold, so to speak.
Tell me if I'm making too much out of this. I think that was a pivotal, critical game in the growth of Ivica Zubac and how he's going to be used with this team, because he started 4-14 in the first half, but getting up 14 shots when he was missing some gimmies. Granted, the slender man is waiting for him at the basket, plus double teams. It is very difficult, but he had his shot blocked multiple times by Victor Wembanyama, and he stuck with it. He stayed with it. To me, that's the blueprint. This team can't shy away from going back to him, even if he struggles at times, and he came through late.
Yeah, the big thing for him from that game was his stick-to-itiveness, as you put it, where he didn't shoot well, but he had 10 offensive rebounds. So even though he wasn't making anything, he was creating second-chance opportunities, either off of his own misses or other guys' misses. So he kept battling. I think that's a bit, like as you said, that could be a very big step for him, where in the past maybe he gets discouraged. On Monday night, he was not that discouraged. He kept going at it. We saw the dunk, the and one going down to give him, I want to say, 101-93 lead at that point. So, he didn't shy away, and I think that's a big deal for him.
He also had a couple of great feeds out of double teams in the second half where he was more patient. He waited for the double to come. Then he found the open man, a slot cut by KPJ for a dunk. And then he found Amir Coffey, I think, on the right wing for a three-pointer. Just good to see the game slowing down a little bit and them having the confidence, belief, and trust in Ivica Zubac to play through him, regardless if it wasn't going perfectly to start off the ball game. James Harden and his shooting so far. Well, the percentages were better on Monday night. It wasn't on a high volume, and he is shooting under 40% from the floor, under 30% from 3 so far. How much of that is workload and how taxing it is to do as much as he's doing at the age of 35? And how much could that be, as he put it? I think you talked to him about this in the locker room, but getting his season legs to kick in.
It could be a mix of both. It could also just be teams are able to key in on him a lot more than in even last year with Paul and Kawhi there, and obviously Norm as well, who's still here playing. It could be getting his legs under him. It really might be. It's a lot of workload for a guy who, as we say, is 35. He's the only star on the team at this point. He's the guy who's got to stir the drink every single possession. So it's understandable where late in games it can get very slow. And as Ty talked about the other night, they get into sets late in the fourth quarter and it kind of bogs things down. So it's understandable to that degree. With James, though, I kind of think internally he needs to speed himself up a bit. I think it's okay for him to go quicker. It's okay if you miss a shot, if you're aggressive. The thing I have been actually impressed by him with is he's taken a lot of pull-up threes against drop coverage and pick and rolls, and he's noticed that will probably end up being the best shot the team is going to get on that possession. So just fire it up. I had a stat today where he's taken 8.7 three-point attempts per game. Norman Powell's at 8.6. The Clippers have never had a player above 8 in a single season, and Paul George was the guy who did it. He had exactly 8 in 21-22, but he only played 31 games.
Right. So
they're getting him up. They are realizing that, hey, if you're given an inch of space, you have to take a mile.
The one guy who hasn't been getting them up or looking for his offense as much and being aggressive out there would be Terrence Mann. Got calls about it, people in the chat talking about it. You should replace him in the starting lineup, put in Amir Coffey, put in Jordan Miller, put in Chris Dunn, you name it. How much of a leash do you think he has? Because I did notice, and I was watching him a few different times Monday night, where he just wasn't even looking at the rim to get a shot up. It seems to be in his head to start the season once again.
I think Terrence ebbs and flows through mindsets in a game, whether to be aggressive and whether not to be. We see the way that he starts games. A bulk of his points have come in first quarters this year. So I kind of wonder for him if he just has to think every quarter is a first quarter, and just kind of continuing the aggression from that end.
Do you have the numbers on how many shots or the percentage of the amount of shots he's getting up in the first quarter versus the rest of them?
I don't have the percentage on shots. I want to say his point total is like 65% of points for him this year are first quarters or something along those lines.
That checks out.
He just also isn't, like as you said, he isn't shooting a lot the more that the game goes on. And I do wonder, now some of that is because he isn't playing the end of games.
Right.
So if you're not playing the end of games, you have a less of a chance to actually get shots up as Terrence is. So with Terrence, though, I kind of view it more along the lines of the Clippers know what they have in him, but also he does at times have to show more. He has to be more aggressive. He has to be more shot hungry. James actually talked about this in the locker room after the game about Amir Coffey, but then mentioned that they have guys on the team who are passing up open looks and hesitating. They have to just take them. Terrence falls into that category. I would like to think he's going to kind of round into shape on that end in that regard. But until he does, you're going to start seeing Chris Dunn and Amir Coffey close games more often.
Last one for you. What should the Clippers be most concerned about with this Philadelphia 76ers team? That is 1-5. They've only had Paul George for one game so far. They haven't had Joel Embiid, obviously.
I will say Andre Drummond, oddly enough.
Big thirst.
It's funny. He had a tweet, I believe, this offseason where Andre Drummond said he's like the greatest rebounder in NBA history. And people laughed at him. But if you actually look at him statistically, he is one of the most impressive rebounders we've ever seen in the history of the NBA. And he will give you problems if you let him. I remember in Chicago, he's always been an offensive rebound monster. In Chicago, I vividly remember a game against the Clippers where he was just, I want to say he had like 12, 13 offensive rebounds. It was crazy. So they have to do a conscious effort of boxing him out. It has to be a team effort, not one guy.
Clippers taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Tip-off from Intuit Dome with the Clippers seeing Paul George on the other side now. Is just 19 minutes away. He's Justin Russo. Follow him at FlyByNight. KNITE is where you'll find him on X. Justin, thanks for joining me once again here on the pregame show, Clippers Countdown.
Thank you, my friend.
Coming up next, we'll get to an NBA out-of-town scoreboard as it's the Clippers and Sixers and Paul George in the building here at Intuit Dome right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Rishi Rish is just a guy that I'm very close to blocking. I'm really close. It just says some really outrageous stuff. Unproductive. Low level stuff. But the majority of you guys are fine. He's skating on thin ice. Like Carlo. M7MD boy said, let's even the record 4-4. Let's go, Clips.
Excuse me?
4-4 adds up to 8.
Excuse me?
What? Excuse what?
What did you say?
I was just chilling. What do you mean?
Oh,
I was just chilling.
Just chilling. That's what he
Didn't
said.
say anything.
You hear that, big bro?
It's been on the air so much, Clippers After Dark and everything. We don't know who this guy is.
Who is this guy?
I don't know.
Fame now.
When you bring Adam, when you see him, bring him back. Because this guy that's here,
I'm looking for him.
man,
I'll
I
be
don't
on the
know.
lookout.
You guys, you see my head? It's really big.
Yeah, it's full.
Bigger.
Full patrol.
It's taking over the Halo board. It's moving it.
You can't fit your head through the Halo board. It's so big.
Man.
I don't know who this guy is,
You are.
Carlo. I'm here if he's not. Don't worry, I got
Okay.
you.
I appreciate you, big bro. I
Ain't a
appreciate it.
Halo big enough for this angel right here.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll bring you in and out of break, man. I got you. I've had some on-air experience, man. I got you.
I'm out, guys. Big Bro's taking over.
I don't want your job. You're too good at it, bro.
That's facts.
I'll make you sound good. I can't do it.
Hip to Clip said, checking in from the supporters section. What's up?
Hip to clip. I met a guy named Jake who said, I love what Adam does. When I'm up at 1 a.m., I love talking clips.
Me too, Carlo. Clippers taking on the Philadelphia 76ers tonight. And Paul George is in the building. Now playing for the other team. Tip-off just 16 minutes away here on Clippers Countdown. And let's get to an NBA out-of-town scoreboard. Your drive around the league, as always, is brought to you by Toyota's electrified lineup, including hybrids, plug-in hybrids, all electrics, and even fuel cell electric vehicles. So you can choose exactly the type you need for your lifestyle. We make it easy. Currently, late fourth quarter, Hawks up 116 to 111 on the New York Knicks with 37 seconds left. Karl Anthony Towns does have 34 and 15 and 3 blocks, but Knicks down now by 6 with 37 seconds left. Looks like they're going to fall to 3 and 4. It's early in the season. Boston Celtics down with 3 minutes left at home. They've only lost one game. The Golden State Warriors lead them 102 to 99. Seth Curry with 25, 7, and 8 assists. Derek White with 26 and 6 boards. Celtics down by 3, just under 3 minutes left at home against Golden State. The Rockets up big early fourth quarter on the San Antonio Spurs, 104 to 80. Rockets are 4 and 3 on the season. Fred VanVleet has 21, 7, and 10 assists. They're up by 24 with 10 minutes left in the ball game. And one more for you. Early second quarter. Thunder up 43 to 36 over the Denver Nuggets in Denver. J-Dub with 15 points early on. Nikola Jokic has 7 and 6. Nuggets trailing by 7 with 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Clippers taking on the Philadelphia 76ers and Paul George tonight here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off just 15 minutes away. And coming up next, if he can wait his turn, Carlo Jimenez will join us right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. The wall is to my right, hip to clip. I'm going to flip it around. If you want to wave, I'll wave back. How high up are you? As my phone just got kicked out. I'm waving. I'm waving. I'm waving. I'm waving. Where's hip to clip? I don't see you. Are you waving? Am I a loser waving at nobody? Ah. It was just a Gatorade commercial, guys. What have you been honest about, Rishi Rish? Wild basketball opinions? Fire the GM if we lose? That's knowing ball. Get out of here. Punk's gone wrong, says it. You're the man, Adam A. Big brother Jake doesn't think so, though.
Why you keep bringing me up, man? I'm just minding my business over here.
Ooh. Keep my name out your mouth? Is that what I just
No,
heard?
I didn't say that.
Are you bothering Big Bro?
I'm just chilling.
He complained I gave him a warm water. I hid them from earlier today when I got here early. And he was like, oh, it's warm. Then I have to give him one at all. See what I did?
I guess Katie bought pizza for everybody, but I'm not there, so that's.
Yeah, and it was delicious, and I'm glad you didn't get any.
It was probably like Little Caesars.
No, it
hot and
wasn't.
ready,
It
right?
was from Whole Foods. What was it? Not Whole
Bruschetta?
Foods. Whole Foods, yeah.
Damn it.
Hey,
Whole
Whole Foods pizza sounds fire.
Yeah, that's like a mortgage payment, and
Yeah.
Katie did that for us,
Wow.
What are you saying?
saying that Adam doesn't do enough.
Wow. Clippers taking on the Philadelphia 76ers and Paul George. Tip-off just 12 minutes away here at Intuit Dome. Welcome back into Clippers Countdown. I'm Adam Osland. There's a laughing hyena in the background or something. Carlo Jimenez rejoins the broadcast here.
Me?
Carlo, let's talk about this 76ers team. Paul George is the storyline, but it's not just about him. They got a guy in Tyrese Maxey who's getting 30 points per game.
Yeah, Tyrese Maxey, who's playing the most minutes, by the way, in the NBA at 41 minutes a game right now. Paul George is getting boos on the wall.
It's already started.
Already started, Adam.
Do I need to take off my headphones to hear him?
I don't know if Tyrese Maxey also had a little friendly wager on the line, but he was very happy to hear the boos. Gave Paul George a hug. Talking about Tyrese, reigning NBA Most Improved Player, and he turned just 24 in his 5th NBA season on Monday. This is somebody who has been the head of the snake and really had to do all the work, Adam, for this Sixers team so far to start this season. Paul George just joining them last game in Phoenix. Maxey's been the head of the entire scouting report to start the year and really saved them in their only win. He had 45 in overtime to take down Indiana.
Andre Drummond could also be a big part of what they do tonight. Obviously, no Joel Embiid for now. Next 3 ball games, he will be suspended after shoving a reporter who said some heinous things about a deceased member of his family. Big thirst. Andre Drummond can be a problem on the boards. We talked about with Justin Russo a little bit earlier, but it's going to be a good battle between the 2 big men again. And I'm hoping to see more from Ivica Zubac early with just him getting into his timing, getting into his rhythm in this one.
Yeah, Zubac is going to have to be effective against Drummond. This is a Philadelphia team that doesn't play the paint all that well, Adam, similar to San Antonio. San Antonio is bottom 5 of the NBA in allowed points paint per game. Philadelphia is not that bad, but they're not great. So can the Clippers take advantage of the paint against Drummond? And then when Drummond's off the floor, can you take advantage? Because then Gershon Yabusele is excellent, but he's listed at 6'8". I think the Clippers can take advantage of that height. There's not a second big man on this team outside of the rookie Adem Bonia out of UCLA, who's played just 4 games this season.
Yeah, he could also get some run, and the Clippers small ball unit that we've been seeing over the past week could be out there with Nico Batum playing the 5, of course, during that time. So let's get down to the nuts and bolts of this. My player to watch, that would be James Harden, the bearded one. I'm not sure if Paul George was talking about him when everyone was inferring that, hey, what does he mean by play basketball the right way? Did he not like playing off ball and having the ball in James Harden's hands so much last season? Is that what he was referring to? I don't know. All I know is James Harden is due for a hot shooting night, especially from distance. So he's my player to watch. Who do you got for the Clippers in this one, Carlo?
I like that, Adam. And on theme, I'm going Nico Batum. I think he's got to play well off the bench. I think he has to find a way to connect this offense when he can. And you really haven't seen Nico put his stamp on a basketball game yet this season, Adam. Another former employer on the other side. I think Nico Batum might have himself a nice 48.
Not a bad call by you. Clippers taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Tip-off just under 10 minutes from now here at Intuit Dome. Paul George is in the building. I'm Adam Oslin, and coming up next, your keys to victory right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Oh, I got to get out to the 35er. One of these nights post-game for a Clippers road game, I'm going to the 35er in Pasadena. Believe that, punk's gone wrong. Also, this guy saying Big Bro is cool. Brian Lobos, I got to disagree with that.
No, what? Brian, you're my favorite person of all time.
It's Brian, so.
Leave Brian alone. Shout out Brian.
Shout out Bryant.
Shout out Brian.
Shout out Bryant, baby.
Don't let Adam disrespect you like that. I won't let it
I didn't
happen.
disrespect.
You have been on one all day. The Clippers get a win, and you've changed since that's happened.
I call it. Okay.
You want cold water. Not appreciative.
Who doesn't want cold
He's
water?
going to ask for a massage.
You know how hard it is to get water in this building?
You know what?
He's going to ask for a massage.
Yeah.
No one's asking for a massage, bro.
Big bro, I'm a little tense. You think you just...
It's a big Paul George game. I'm a little tense
I'm a little
right
tense,
now.
big
And
bro.
I looked at him and said, yeah, keep winning.
What'd you say, Katie?
Yes, Adam has become an HR nightmare. If the Clippers win tonight, he's going to be just unbearable.
You're saying, oh, you hear that? Big Bro is rooting against the Clippers.
I would never.
No.
He's rooting for Paul George,
Don't
guys.
put words in my mouth. See, I'm
I didn't
done.
hear that. I didn't hear that.
I don't know about you. I will talk to him through you, Carlo.
Okay,
the rest of
sounds
the
good.
game.
Yeah, sounds
I
good.
can't deal with this diva.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Or we could do a little like anger translator situation. So if you want to talk to Adam, and then I'll.
I don't have anything to say to Adam. Make sure
Adam, Jake doesn't want you to talk to him at all.
Who's Jake?
make sure whoever said who's Jake to make sure they do their legal IDs top of the hour.
You better not forget that legal ID
Yeah.
now.
Thank you.
When does
Carlo.
that ever happen?
Consequences.
When does that
Uh,
ever happen?
Last game before that,
Oh
game
my
before
gosh.
that, game
More
before
lies.
that.
More lies. This is the guy you guys love?
Yes, they know.
I don't know. Tense booth.
Clippers taking on Paul George and the Philadelphia 76ers. Tip-off just moments away. Let's get to your keys to victory. Well, the Clippers got to put it together for 48 minutes. They can't get down 26 every game and hope to come back, especially against a team with the potential that this 76ers squad has. Scoring-wise, now with Paul George back, of course, and with Tyrese Maxey still waiting on Joel Embiid. But this is a Philadelphia 76ers team that creates a lot of turnovers, and that has been a problem for this Clippers team so far this season, averaging over 16 per game. Well, the 76ers, they are able to get teams to turn it over 17.5 times per game. Clippers have to be aware of that. Take care of the basketball. They only had 10 in their big comeback victory here at Intuit Dome Monday night against the San Antonio Spurs. All right, here we go. It's Carlo Jimenez on the call. Clippers taking on Paul George and the 76ers here at Intuit Dome, and tip-off is coming up next right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Guys, I know you don't want to hear any lies from Big Bro, so I'm going to sign off now. I'll be back post-game.
Love you guys.
I love you guys more, and I'll talk to you guys post-game, okay?